What's up, YouTube? It's Carolina Calvin. Welcome to NFL Championship Sunday picks. I'm just going to quickly get into the picks because some of my previous videos have been too long. At 3:05 Eastern Standard Time, the Green Bay Packers head to Seattle to play the Seahawks. Going into this game, Green Bay are huge underdogs based on how their performance week one. They're huge underdogs. And Seattle has the best defense in football, and what they did to Green Bay, was incredible. What they did to them, were able to shut down the side of the field and make Aaron Rodgers look average. Keys to victory for both teams. For Green Bay, ability to run the ball, because that's the one way to move the ball against Seattle. Now I know that they have a great defense, but if you're able to run the ball up the tackles, up the guards, then that's the way to me to move the ball. Because passing, you're just letting those pass rushes. If you become predictable in your offensive play calling, passing the ball, secondary plays way too tight of coverage, and the pass rush is really good. So you can't sit back there and throw the ball, especially with his injury. Don't know how much that's going to affect Aaron Rodgers this week, but it has to be taken into account by the coaching staff. You have to be able to run the ball a little bit more. He has to be able to play off that run. Now he's going to be the guy that's going to have to make plays. I mean, he's going to be that guy who has to make plays. He can't be hid behind a run game. That's if they're able to run the ball at all. Defensively, they have to stop the run. They have to stop the run and contain Russell Wilson. That's very difficult to do. I said that about Panthers last week. Did it for most of the game. Didn't do it for the fourth quarter. The Packers, in order to win this game, so many people don't mention the defense for the Packers. In terms of one of the keys to them being able to win. Everybody talks about Rodgers and his injury. If the defense can't stop the run game, Rodgers won't be on the field to be able to do anything. So I think slowing down the run game and containing Russell Wilson is definitely a huge key for the Green Bay Packers defense, or the Green Bay Packers as a whole. For Seattle, offensively, running the ball, and Russell Wilson playing off that run, because things that are difficult for to defend against Seattle is the read option with Marshawn Lynch, because you're gonna always pay attention to Marshawn Lynch. Even if he isn't running well, you're still gonna have your eye on him, and that's why play fake works so well with Seattle. Also, Russell Wilson's ability to run the ball, and also when he's running, look down the field. He still looks down the field for guys open, and he extends plays, and he kills a lot of teams with big plays by just moving around and buying time for his receivers to get open. Defensively, pressure on Aaron Rodgers, test that leg, test his mobility. To see can he move around the pockets, can he run outside the pocket, can he make throws on the run, test that calf injury, and to see if he's actually if you can take advantage of that for the majority of the game. So I say getting pressure and do what you did week one. Worked for them. It worked for them. It forced them to throw on one side of the field. Sherman had one. Sherman had that one side of the field locked down. I think if that second corner plays well, Packers don't stand a chance. I believe. I think it's gonna be Maxwell. It was Simon last week. Maxwell got hurt. I believe Maxwell is gonna play in this game, but if not, it's gonna be Simon. If he plays solid football, he doesn't have to play like Sherman. I mean, he's not as good as Sherman, but if he plays solid football and makes those throws tough, it honestly think it's not going to be close at that point. So, I pretty much gave the keys to victory. I'm going to go with Seattle. I think the matchups are in their favor. I like their run game. Green Bay's inability to stop the run has been a problem. It was a problem last week because Dallas ran the ball well. There was a fumble by Murray, which negated all the yards he was getting. But I think this week with the combination of Russell Wilson's ability to run and Marshawn Lynch, I expect them to gash them really bad in the run game. So I'm taking Seattle. Next game, and that game was of course for the NFC title. The next game for the AFC title, the Indianapolis Colts head to New England to play the Patriots. Now Green Bay were underdogs against Seattle. Indianapolis probably bigger underdogs against New England based on the previous two encounters. Last year in the playoffs, the Patriots beat them down. This year, in the regular season, Week 11, the Patriots had 4 rushing touchdowns. I think his name is Gray. That I think is going to be another problem for the Colts. But I'll give my keys to victory for each team. For the Colts, they're gonna have locking up man coverage. I like the coverage they played against Denver. That was a huge upset. The defense played great. I think they have to do that and be able to get pressure with their guys up front. Because one thing New England likes to do is short yardage. But if you're playing tight man coverage, it's difficult to throw those short yardage passes because the windows are tight and a ball that's even a little bit off target has a chance to get picked off, or whatever. So I think tight man coverage and being able to get pressure with your front guys, stopping the run. And I'm talking about so many facets with them, but they have not been able to stop the run the last 2 games they played against New England. They have to be able to stop them this week. Offensively, they're going to have to run the ball. You saw Baltimore last week. Although Baltimore Forsett has been he's been really good this year, averaging over 5 yards per carry. Doubt the Colts can duplicate that kind of production. They haven't been able to run the ball well at all. But I thought they ran it decently last week. And, of course, Luck was amazing. This week, they're going to have to be able to run it to the same clip or more to take pressure off Andrew Luck. If I said Russell Wilson before, I apologize. Take pressure off Andrew Luck so, he can play off that run and make throws down the field. So I would say a key is I expect Andrew Luck to have a good game. It's going to be the run game to me. Keep the Patriots offense off the field, and you take pressure off your quarterback. The running game is always important. For the New England side, defensively, getting pressure on Andrew Luck because he's the guy who no one ever talks about his athleticism. I think getting pressure on him because that's going to be the focus of the offense. I mentioned for the Colts to be able to run the ball, the focus of their offense is going to be Andrew Luck and his ability to make throws down the field. That's what their offense is. So getting pressure on him because they didn't get pressure on Flacco at all. They had a few plays where they did, but for the most part, they really couldn't get to Flacco. They're going to have to better get to Luck because Flacco was able to make plays down the field against that defense given time. And offensively, running the ball. You've been able to run the ball effectively against this team the last 2 times y'all played. Running the ball is important. If they're able to run anywhere close to the way they were before, it's not going to be even close. Just as those games weren't close. So, based on that, I think looking at last week, the Patriots, it was a really close game. It came down to a few plays. Looking into this week, I think the Patriots win this game. So I got a Patriots-Seattle Super Bowl. I think the Patriots in this Colts game, I think they'll better run the ball effectively, and I think they dominate up front. That's just my opinion. So I pick. We got a New England, Seattle Super Bowl. I've actually been saying this before the playoffs start. That's the two teams I thought were going to go. So that chance has become even more likely with both of those teams being in opposite conference championship games. But let me know what you think down in the comment section. Who you think gonna win? Who are your picks to go to the Super Bowl? Why? Of course, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Thanks for watching.